Good morning. My name is John. Welcome back to A Bird a Day. I'll be reading from Book of North American Birds, the Reader's Digest 1990 publication. We have been working on the birds of prey. Birds of prey. They are the warlords of the air. The hawks, falcons, owls, eagles, and other birds referred to as raptors. Swift, fearless, and powerful, they are superbly equipped for their lives as predators. Almost too well, for they have also suffered at human hands for the seeming cruelty of their behavior. But such a view mistakes an act for a motive. These fierce hunters, like all wild creatures, are only carrying out their roles given them by nature. Excellent! So that's our birds of prey. Yesterday's bird of prey on A Bird a Day was the Mississippi kite. Today we will be reading about the snail kite, Rostrhamus Sociabilis is the Latin pronunciation. Rostrhamus Sociabilis. The snail kite. Let's take a look at the snail kite. That is what the snail kite looks like. Pretty cool bird. Eating snails. Let's find out about it. Let's read this together. As aptly named as any bird, the snail kite feeds exclusively on apple snails, first size mollusks that are common throughout the tropical regions of the world. Lodging around sawgrass marshes, this floppy-winged bird has little need for stealth or lightning reflexes. Apple snails are not particularly wary creatures, and wherever an adequate supply of them can be found, the kite's hearty appetite is certain to be satisfied. But such a specialization in feeding is a double-edged sword. So long as apple snails are abundant, the birds thrive. But let the number of snails dwindle, and the kites, too specialized to eat anything else, helplessly decline. Over the decades, the ditching, diking, and draining of Florida greatly reduced the state's great river of grass and all that lived in it. 40 years ago, only a handful of snail kites remained in Florida. Since then, a major campaign to save them has achieved some success, securing healthy pockets of the birds in portions of the Everglades and everywhere else. But the water table in Florida continues to fall. The great river of grass is dying. The snail kite is linked to the snail. The snail is linked to the marshes, and neither seem linked to Florida's future. As a Floridian, that being a concern in 1990 still concerns me today. Past few days I've been enjoying sunsets over the Everglades, which I recommend highly for anybody that's Floridian to do. There's a great spot to do it. The Markham Park has a great spot to do it off the levee. Along 27, there's some great spots to do it. In Coral Springs at the end of Atlantic, there's a trailhead that is under construction, but it's a great spot to watch a sunset over the Everglades, the river of grass, as it were. I haven't seen any snail kites out there yet. I found an empty snail shell yesterday. I should have picked it up. Could have showed it to you here. The female snail kite, unlike other kite females, looks markedly different from her all-dark mate. So let's take a look again at the snail kite. There we go. That's the female. And as you can see on their habitat, it is mainly Florida, just right down here in sunny South Florida, where I'm at right now. Let's talk a little bit about the recognition. The recognition, they're about 16 to 18 inches in length. Their wings are rounded. Tail is fan-shaped with large white patches at the base. The bill is slender and strongly hooked. The male is slate black. The bill is orange or red, and the feet are red. The female is dark brown with heavily streaked underparts. feet orange or yellow. The habitat, freshwater marshes. The nesting area, well, the nest is shallow cup of sticks in marsh grass or shrubs. They lay 3 to 4 eggs. They're white and boldly marked with brown. The incubation of the period it takes for an egg to hatch is about 30 days. Both sexes roost on the eggs. The young come out with those downy feathers like most birds, and they leave the nest at about 4 weeks after hatching. Their food is exclusively apple snails, and that's the snail kite, folks. Very cool looking bird, a Florida native. I'm going to see if I can find one. Tomorrow's bird of the day on A Bird a Day is the northern harrier. I'll look forward to flapping at you then.